revise model 2. Hmm. Is it visible to you? Hello?
Yes, sir, it's visible, sir.
Okay. One minute. Now is it visible? Hello, students.
Yes, it is visible.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So you can mute your audio. So the
Okay, sir.
model 2 name is Nature and Style of Sensible Writing. So the topics of model 2 is organizing principles of paragraphs in documents, writing introduction and conclusion, importance of proper punctuation, the art of condensation, precise writing, and techniques in essay writing, common errors due to Indianism in English communication, redundancies and glitches. So these are the topics of Model 2. So the first topic of Model 2 is organizing principles of paragraphs in documents. So what is paragraph? This is general question. So a paragraph is a group of sentence with one topic. It consists more than one sentence. So form, content and structure are very important in a paragraph. So I think that red color line is visible to you. So that is the structure of paragraph, how to write a paragraph. So when you're going to start with a paragraph, so you should leave in the first line some of the space. Then you have to start with writing your paragraph. So in that paragraph, you can include your topic, sentence, body, conclusion. So that can be called as paragraph. So there is a general question. What is paragraph? That is a group of sentence, a clear main idea. So the clear main idea means you are going to, or the speaker or the writer is going to dictate, and uh, by reading, the reader can able to understand what it is about. So the main idea of the topic should be put here, and supporting information. So supporting information means whatever you write in your paragraph. So that sentence or information should be related to the your topic. If not, the readers may get or they may lose their interest. So while writing paragraph, try to relate your information to the topic. For example, if you are going to write a theory answers in your exam, so whatever you write, it should be related to the topic. If not, you may lose your marks, right? Or for reader, for general kind, the reader may lose his interest. So, uh, so that is the main reason. The idea should be, or information should be related to the main idea. So that is supporting information. So next part of longer composition. So what is longer composition? So here you are going to dictate by detailed information. So whatever you write means theory means it should be 1 minute. Yes. So the part of longer composition means the writer is going to dictate by detailed information, means pin to pin information should be dictated here, or you should explain the information in more detailed. All of you mute your audio. So that is part of longer composition. And miniature essay. A miniature essay includes what you say technical information. So all of you know what is technical information. A technical information which I request all of you to mute your audio, otherwise your attendance will be marked absent.
Sir, your voice is not coming clearly, sir.
Yes, they are making disturb. That is why it is disturbing. So if you mute your audio, it will be easy to understand you. So a miniature essay which consists technical information. Technical information means whatever you write, you should be give the proof of that writing. For example, if you are going to write uh, an essay about education, means you if you include in education minister name, so the education minister name should be available for others. For example, if you write any other's name, if I search in Google, so that information should be included there. So that is called as technical information. So a good paragraph has unity. So in a unity, it consists main idea, Harshin. Harshin,
Yes, sir.
don't you have common sense?
Why, sir?
How much time should I tell? Mute your audio.
Sorry, sir.
Sorry for the inconvenience. So a good paragraph has unity. So unity means which consists main idea, which I explained, topic. So that is your main topic, means title of the topic. Sentence, sorry, sentence supports means connected sentence or connected information. So these are the three topics included in unity. So unity means which brings together all the information. So that is called as unity. So support, next support. Support here which consists supporting ideas, evidence, details and examples. So in my before the previous class of the previous class, I showed you my research paper, right? So in that, in the last part of my paper, I included bibliography. So bibliography means in a bibliography, you have to give the evidence which you information collected by others books. So in there, in a bibliography, you have to include the title of the topic and who is the author. So that is evidence. So which is supporting your thesis or any other kind of essays which you are going to present in a writing or speaking manner. So next, coherence. Coherence means whatever you read or whatever you write, so it should be related to the topic. It should be sensible connection. It should be linked to your topic, and the reader or audience should think it as very important for them. Next, good language. So whatever you are going to write, try to write in a, try to use standard vocabularies. Means pronunciation, structure, so variety of the structure. So if you take an example of English, so there is English available from ancient English, middle English, modern English. So if you go to read ancient English, you are not able to understand the meaning of the words. So middle English, we are all connected to that English. So modern English, you all of you know good examples like Buddy, so like that examples. So that kind of examples are called as modern English. So while writing or presenting your topic, try to use uh, what is it? Standard vocabulary. So there are types of paragraphs. Those are descriptive, narrative, expository, and persuasive. So what is descriptive? To tell or to describe about your topic. For example, I think the way a person dresses can really explain who they are and what they are about. So by reading this example, you can able to understand that that example is describing another person, right? Yes. So next, second type is narrative. Narrative paragraph means to express or to entertain audience or reader. For example, a story that is written to explain what, when, and who. It reveals what a reader should learn. So for this, we can take the example of history subject. So how many of you read history? Anybody is there who chosen the history subject? Nobody. Uh, so third type is expository. Expository paragraph means to inform or to explain about your topic to the readers. For example, tries to convey information. Example, scientific instruction, research writing, like these kind of examples are called as expository paragraphs. So there is one more that is last, persuasive. Persuasive paragraph means to influence or to persuade someone. For example, buy a bag today means it is like advertisement. The person is going to persuade another person. So the process of writing. So note down this point. Based on this note, they are going to ask you questions in your exam. So the process of writing a paragraph is first gather relevant information, which I told in the beginning. The information which you present or you collect that should be related to your topic. Next, organize meaningful sentence. So whatever the structure you use, it should be attractive to the readers. Next, draft first or rough draft. So draft means here you are going to check whether your theory is right or wrong. So here you are going to give a demo of your topic. So that can be called as draft. Next, edit. Editing, so you have to check your pronunciation, grammatical errors, sentence construction. So whether your topic is related to title or not. Then you have to revise your topic once and refine. After that, publish. So this is final version. Here you are going to publish your writing. So This is homework I already have given, but nobody has sent the answer sheets.
Which homework, sir?
What are- This topic is already I completed and I have given the homework also, but nobody sent the answers about these topics.
Yes, sir. I think I was sended it, sir.
Only few people sent out of 180. I have received only 10. I have 180 students, but received 10. So if you are not going to write, you will not be able to become a good student, and you will not be able to know how to write.
Teams.
Yes. So if you write and send, I can check whether your writing is good or not good, right? Anyway, let's continue to the next topic. So writing introduction and conclusion. So let's start with introduction. So what is introduction? The action of introducing something. So introduction is a beginning section which states the purpose and goals of the following writing. This is generally followed by the body and conclusion. So an introduction includes the following information. First, background of the report. So details of previous investigation. So details of previous investigations and studies. Purpose and scope. So the purpose statement describes that objectives not to broad, provide relevant background, provide only relevant information, don't feel pre-assured, convinced about essay is worth reading. Which I showed my paper, research paper. So that can be called as introduction. I hope you know how to write what is introduction.
Introduction.
Or dog is barking, sir.
Yes. What people?
A noise disturbance, sir.
Chintana. Chintana. Hello. Chintana, answer me.
Yes, sir.
Why you are putting your call on hold? This is last time.
My mom called me, sir.
Tell your mom there is a class I have to attend.
Okay, sir.
So next conclusion. So a conclusion is the last part of your essay. It is end or result. So here you are going to give an brief detailed information, or if you are going to summarize your topic. So while concluding your topic, it should not be more than 4 to 5 lines, because the audience may lose his interest. So while concluding, yes.
No, it's okay, sir.
Yes.
Okay. No, sir, previous you're asking us not here that.
Okay, mute your audio. So here you are going to summarize your topic. So the conclusion has two major functions. So that is, first, to let the audience know you are ending the speech. So audience should know when you are going to end and in which manner you are going to end your presentation. Second, to reinforce the audience understanding of the central idea. So here you can ask questions or you can clarify the audience doubts. So that is second one. So summarize your speech and end with a quotation. It should be perfectly capture your central idea. So tips for preparing the conclusion. First, keep an eye out for possible concluding materials as develop the speech. So whatever the sentence you choose to conclude your topic, it should be specific and attractable to the audience. Next, be creative, use emotional appeal and drama. So here you can choose any other method for your audience based on their interest. So the whatever method you choose to conclude your topic, it should be attractable. For example, while you making your presentation, he may get bored, but while concluding, you should be get attractive. So choose like that kind of methods. Next, work a few endings and choose the one with the most impact. So this is very important feature. So here you are going to check that whether your speech is understood by the audience or not. So that is very, very important. So it should not be like one-side communication. So make your presentation as interaction with audience. So don't be long-winded. It should be 10% of your speech. As I told, your conclusion should not be much more. And don't leave anything in your conclusion to chance. Work it out in detail and practice delivering it. So here means while you are going to present your topic, you should be more specific and you should be know more about that topic, because if the audience may ask any kind of questions based on your topic other than your content, whatever you have written or chosen. So be careful while presenting and study the more information and collect the more information about your topic. So these are the few steps which will helps you to write your topics. So I have completed 2 topics, that is organizing principles of paragraphs into documents and writing introduction and conclusion. So do you have any doubts in these 2 parts? Any doubts in this part?
No, sir.
What about others?
Don't know, sir.
Okay, I'll ask you questions. You told you have no doubts. If you
Okay,
have
sir.
any doubts, you can clarify. Vijay? Vijay? Hello? Vijay? Vijay is absent. Okay. Rakshita. Rakshita.
ಸರ್
Yes.
ವಿಜಯ್ ಸರ್
Yes, sir.
ಆನ್ ಮಾಡೋಷ್ಟೊತ್ತು ಕಟ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರಲ್ಲ ಸರ್.
ಆನ್ ಮಾಡೋದಲ್ಲ, ಫೋನ್ ಇಟ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಎಲ್ಲೆಲ್ಲೋ ಹೋಗೋದಲ್ಲ.
ಫೋನ್ ಮ್ಯೂಟ್ ಮಾಡಕ್ ನೀವೇ ತಾನೇ ಸರ್ ಹೇಳಿದ್ದು.
ನಾನು ಹೇಳ್ದಾಗ ಅನ್ಮ್ಯೂಟ್ ಮಾಡೋದು.
ಅದೇ ಅನ್ಮ್ಯೂಟ್ ಮಾಡೋ ಅಷ್ಟಾಗಿ ನೀವು ಹಂಗೆ ತೆಗ್ದ್ಬಿಟ್ರಿ ಸರ್.
Okay. So think that you are going to present a topic on can I give a topic? Your topic is about food. Okay. Hello, Vijay. Vijay,
ಸರ್ ಹಲೋ.
am I audible to you?
ಎಸ್ ಸರ್.
Okay. Think that you are. Yeah. Yes, Vijay. Think that you are speaker, and you are going to present a topic on food. Okay. Hello, Vijay. Am I audible to you?
ಹೇಳಿ ಸರ್.
Okay. Think that you are the speaker. You are going to present a topic on food. Okay.
ಹಾ ಸರ್.
So let me introduce about your topic in few lines. Yes, Vijay, you can start. You can use materials. You can use Google. You can use your own information.
ಆಮೇಲೆ ಹೇಳ್ತೀನಿ ಸರ್, ಥಿಂಕ್ ಮಾಡಿ.
ಇಲ್ಲ ಹೇಳಿಲ್ಲ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಅರ್ಜೆಂಟ್.
ಸರ್ ಥಿಂಕ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಹೇಳ್ತೀನಿ ಬಿಡಿ ಸರ್.
ಟೈಮ್ ತಗೋ, 2 minutes ಟೈಮ್ ಕೊಡ್ತೀನಿ.
ಹಾ ಸರ್, ಅಷ್ಟೊತ್ತು ಬೇರೆಯವ್ರು ಕೇಳ್ತೀರಿ ಸರ್, ಥಿಂಕ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಹೇಳ್ತೀನಿ.
ಇಲ್ಲ, ವೇಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ ಕಂಪ್ಲೀಟ್ ಆಗೋದು.
ಇಲ್ಲ ಸರ್.
Yes, start. Only 2 lines.
ಏನ್ರ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಸರ್?
Food.
ಐ ಆಮ್ ಸ್ಪೀಕರ್.
Yes, you are the speaker. You are going to introduce. You are going to give an introduction about food. Negative points, plus points, whatever you take.
Food will give us energy, sir.
Okay.
If we eat junk food, it will is bad for health, sir. If we eat nutrition food, means we can be healthy, sir. Like fruits, vegetables.
Okay.
Saka sir, headline.
Whatever you said, the information is related to the food, Vijay, but it is not called as introduction, because in the introduction you are going to introduce about your topic. You are not going to explain what is your topic. For example, food is important to humans. Without food, they will not able to live. So food is very important part of human life. So like this, you should introduce your topic. Okay.
Sorry, sir. Okay, sir.
Next question. Yes, Rakshita.
Yes, sir.
Yes, Rakshita, am I audible to you?
Yes, sir. You're audible, sir.
I am going to give option. You wanted to present topic on, or you wanted to introduce, or you wanted to conclude the topic?
Sir, again, sir. Again, can you say, sir?
I am going to give you one topic. Okay.
Okay,
Hello.
sir.
You wanted to introduce that topic, or you wanted to conclude that topic?
Topic name, sir.
I will tell. First you tell. You wanted to introduce or conclude?
I will introduce, sir.
Introduce. Okay. Let me introduce about Rachita only.
I should introduce myself, sir.
Yes.
Mm,
Don't
myself.
tell like that. Myself, I am Rachita. My hobbies. Think that you are another person and you are going to talk about you. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Rachita, I told you to introduce, not to mute your audio.
Sir, I'm thinking what to say, sir.
Think, but don't mute your audio. Or you want another topic? I will give another topic.
Okay, sir. Give another topic, sir.
Okay. Introduce about non-veg food. Okay, no, don't
Non-veg
put.
food, sir.
Yes, non-veg.
Sir, 2 minutes, sir.
Correct. Yes, Rachita, our time is over. We can start now.
Sir, non-vegetarian is an Indian English word
Okay.
that is used to refer to meaty food
Okay.
and also to a person who is a non-vegetarian.
Okay.
The person who consumes meat, especially a major source of protein.
Okay.
Although the intended meaning is readily understood, these terms are not common.
Okay, Rachita. You can mute your. So Rachita has given good introduction. Rachita has given good introduction about knowledge, but while introducing, yes, Rachita, you can mute your audio. So, but while introducing any topic, be serious, don't laugh, and don't say like, okay? So, update your voice. Okay. Next topic is the importance of proper punctuation. So, this part is very important feature of English. So, because without punctuations, we can't think, we can read, or we can speak with the audience. So the punctuations are very important part of English or any other languages. So punctuation means the right use of putting in points or stops in writing. So the marks such as full stop, comma. So I think the symbols are visible to you. So the marks such as full stop, comma, semicolon, colon, question mark, exclamation mark, dash, inverted commas, quotation marks. So punctuation allows the author's writing to be easy to read and understandable for the reader. So the importance of proper punctuation is a necessity in written English. It gives the reader an understanding of the meaning of the text and the idea revealed an author. So this is first. Sorry. So this is first punctuation, that is period or full stop. So the rule one for using this: use at the end of a complete sentence, use at the end of an indirect question. So all of you know what is full stop, I think. So the next one is comma. So rules for using this one is: used to separate words, used to separate a city from its state. For example, while writing Bangalore, then write comma, then Karnataka. So used to separate the day of the month from the year. And two adjectives when the word and can be inserted between them. So I have written the example, you can read that. You can read first example. She has 2 dogs, comma, 3 cats, comma, 1 bird, comma, 5 fish, comma, in her house. So like while dividing subject, so use comma. Next, question mark. So I think all of you know what is question mark. So but the rules for this is: use only after a direct question and place at the end of a sentence. So look at the example. Will you come over after school? Where are you from? So like these kind of examples can be used question mark. Next, exclamation point. So exclamation means an expression of feeling of surprise, wonder, or other sudden, unexpected, and unheard feelings. Like stop, look, oh. So these are the examples of exclamation point. So next, quotation marks. So rules for this is: use quotation marks to set off a direct quotation. Like, what is your favorite color? So here they put question mark also because the sentence is in questionnaire. And the rule second is: periods and commas always go inside quotation marks. Like example, I don't want to go to school today, Alan said. So that sentence is said by him. So another person is telling to another person. That is why that sentence is put in quotation marks. Next, colon. Rules for this: use the colon after a complete sentence to introduce a list of items. For example, on my trip, I will bring colon clothes, comma, a pillow, comma, a sleeping bag, and my teddy bear. So next rule: use the colon after the greeting of the person's name in a business letter. Example, dear Mr. Smith, colon. So you can continue that sentence. Next, parenthesis means bracket, used to enclose words or figures that clarify or are used as an aside. For example, he received 150 rupees in the bracket 150, 150. So like that you can use brackets. Next, apostrophe. So So rule used when combining two words. I hope all of you know what is apostrophe. Look at the first example, that is she is, but two are merged, apostrophe there. So for like this kind of examples, we can use apostrophe. Next, hyphen to form compound modifiers. Example, make sure you ensure a cell hyphen address envelope. So, any doubts regarding this topic? No doubts?
Sir, once more, sir.
Once more. Your name? Hello.
Sir,
Your name?
Abhishek.
Abhishek NR, Abhishek Kumar Shah.
And
Abhishek, and now I don't have time to repeat full the topic.
sir,
So,
just go on reading, sir. How can I understand?
yes,
Yes,
Abhishek, I'll take another class for you only. I will explain that topic. Don't worry. Now I don't have time. So because today I have to revise model 2. So for you only I can't reread the whole topic.
If you take class, I can't attend, sir, because network problem.
It's okay, Abhishek. I will repeat once again for you. Don't worry. I will take another class for you only. Don't worry. Next topic is art of condensation, some working principles. So while writing this, there are, we'll start the first. So there are 7 steps. So step 1, read and comprehend, means here you should read and understand what is topic about. Step 2, prepare a skeleton of the main ideas. So having read and understood, identify, as I told in the first step. So you have to read the topic and understand. Third one, assimilate the essentials. So you need to understand the origin passage. You need to focus on each of the points noted down. Next step, think of a title. So focus on the central idea. For example, we can take our example as our subject. So what is technical English? That is class. No.
ನಾನು ಕೂಡ ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀನಿ ಆಗಲ್ಲ ಇರೋದಕ್ಕೆ
So next step is think of a title. So here you have to focus on the central idea. For example, technical English. So what is the difference between technical English and normal English? I have already explained. Next, prepare the first draft, means you have to prepare your first whole the topic first, then review and compare, means whatever you have collected the information, you should try to compare with the origin of the form. Next, edit and revise. So this is the last step. Here, if you have any errors, so you can edit here and you have to revise. So next, techniques in essay writing. So an essay is a generally a piece of writing that gives the author's own argument. So essays have traditionally been subclassified as formal and informal. So for example, divide what kind of essay to write, which I have given the types of essay like narrative essay, persuasive essay, expository, descriptive, argumentative, problem solution, like these kind of essays. Next, brainstorm your topic, means you should collect the central idea of your topic, then research the topic. So for this topic, I think I already completed, which I explained my research paper. So that can be called as techniques in essay writing. So these are the common general topics, how to write an essay. So I'll briefly explain. So you have to pick your topic, then prepare as. Then you have to prepare an outline, so diagram of your ideas, write your thesis statement, write the body, so that is main idea of your topic, write the introduction, so write the conclusion, add the finishing touches. So this is the basic steps to write an effective essay. Next, common errors due to Indianism in English communication. So Indianism refers to a word or phrase which is characteristic of Indian English. Indianism may also refer to the way a sentence has been structured as if it was literally translated from an Indian language to English. So India has the second highest number of English speakers, but it's still a foreign language and common errors or mistake we make. For example, myself, I am Mr. something. So that is wrong. We should not say myself. So we can say I am Pawan Sagar. So don't tell like that myself I am Pawan Sagar because it is grammatically wrong. And it also does not make sense. So this kind of examples called as Indian English. So why we make errors? Because we have merged English. For example, for literature, we already used British literature or British accent, but present we are speaking American accent. And because of both accent we use, so it will be it will make us confused. So that is why we make errors. So next, redundancies and glitches. So the definition of redundant is more than enough or too much of something. Example, repeating the same story over and over again. So too many people are doing the same job. When editing our work, we should be on the lookout for needless repetition and be ready to eliminate expressions that add nothing to what's be said. So now does this means repetition must be avoided at all? Or good writers never repeat themselves. For example, if all of us compare together, we will succeed. So in this sentence, the words cooperate and together have been used, but both are same meaning. So one of the two words should be dropped. So you can remove the word cooperate or you can remove the word together. So today we completed second model. If you have any doubts, you can clarify doubts. Any no doubts? No worries. Also. All of you submitted your assignments.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Who has not submitted? Who has submitted?
Desh Kumar.
Definitely they will lose their marks. And don't ask again, sir, why you have given less marks for me. So check. I have your assignments are already available in Microsoft Teams. So you can check it once whether your assignments are there or not. So if you not uploaded, definitely you lose your marks. And I also told you to upload the answers of questions paper. And nobody has uploaded. Only few people has uploaded. So if you not upload your answer sheet, I can't be able to give your marks. And attendance also. In the first class attended 90 people, but now only 59. So for attendance, I can't have to give proof of your attendance. Any doubts?
No, sir.
No doubt. Okay, you can leave the meeting.
Thank you, sir.
Sir,
Bye, sir.
sir,
भाग गए, sorry, भाग.